KX, and I'm joined today by Jonathan in the commentary booth. We just got finished with the Freedom 100, and we're here now for the Fast 9. This is the qualifying session, Fast 9 for the Indianapolis 500. All bets are off, ladies and gentlemen. The times before are wiped off clean. Here we know who's going to be on pole position.
It's a very exciting time here. Dale the Whale, he's been on pole before this, but a lot of things can change here in this Fast 9. He's going to be looking to get his pole position back, and he had the pace well above the rest of the field, but can he do that in the one run that he gets today for the Fast 9?
Just to go over the format, drivers will go out on their out laps, their warm-up laps, and then there are 4 timed laps, but it is just one run, so they do not get another run. So it is going to be all or nothing for these drivers. 4 timed laps to see who will be on pole.
Yeah, so they will get a out lap, a warm-up lap, and then they're 4 timed. Very stressful for these drivers because this is their last chance to get on pole.
So I would like to actually just do the speedometer and
Yep. Oh,
map.
Sorry about that. Yep.
There we go. All right, so we can see the glorious speeds we're going to get here, and we are going to have the track map there for you, ladies and gentlemen, and are just getting set in just a few moments as we get set for qualifying for the Fast 9 for the Indianapolis 500 in the United Drivers League.
Yeah, so our first person out will be Sinister Owl, trying to improve his time. He qualified in 9th position. It goes from the slowest in the top 9 to the fastest.
We're just waiting for... Sorry.
When I was watching...
Dale the Whale disconnected. That's...
Oh, hopefully you can make it back. When I was watching qualifying earlier today, I saw speeds upwards of 247 miles an hour.
That
from these
is
drivers.
Insane.
And that was solo qualifying, no draft. I could easily see 250 plus in a draft. It's incredible the speeds these guys are driving.
And Sinister is about to begin. I saw the engine rev up there, and let's get set. In his... Again, it's going to have an out lap, and then we'll have a warm-up lap, and then it will be 4 timed laps to see what he can put on the board. Can Sinister Owl put it on pole position? We'll have to wait and see. The long pit lane here in Indianapolis. Been able to get up to speed now. A little bit on the grass.
Yeah, these cars are very notorious for being a little scary coming out of the pit lane at Indianapolis. They have a lot of horsepower, and they are tuned to go left after all, and when you get on the power, they definitely like to kick.
I did, when I was recording footage for the Indy 500 trailer, which will go up in a little bit, anytime I was like putting on the power, the car just wanted to veer to the left, so it's definitely very hard to control, and already up to almost 240 miles per hour coming into turn 1, as now he's on his warm-up lap. Getting up to speed.
Extremely different from the Indy, or the Freedom 100 that we were just broadcasting. The speeds are incredible.
The downforce, the everything is just completely different. Coming around turn number 4. Here we go. This is going to be the first timed lap. This is the start of his final run. Let's get going, ladies and gentlemen. Around turn 1. exiting out at 230 miles per hour. Dale is back in the session. Has he made it back in time to be able to set time? I hope he has.
Yes, he has.
Coming down the line. A little bit of a skip on the gears there, hitting 244 miles per hour before coming into turn number 3. Taking it inside line, out of the exit, 229 miles per hour, coming to the line. What's the first time going to be here on the board for him? And it's going to be a 38.6. Much better out of the first turn. And keeping the speed well through the second.
Already 0.115 up on his previous lap.
That's 246 miles per hour right there for him. Better out of the exit of the final turn as well, 229. Here we go, coming across the line. He's going to hit 240 before coming across the line, and that is a new never fastest lap, is a 38.2. 2 more laps to go. Again, fastest by 0.04 of a second.
That's really the purpose of this Fast 9 is when during the bump day qualifying, your runs are very spread out. And there's a lot of things going on, and he looks to be like he will improve this lap as well.
By just almost 0.04 of a second. And he's almost into the last 0.2 of the 38s. And that's again fastest again by about 0.004 of a second this time. So he is gaining little and little less, but he would like to get it below 2.2 in the 38s. Coming around the final turn out of the exit, 231 miles per hour. That's his best exit out of the final turn. Let's see what the time is going to be. And it will be 38.099.
Incredibly close in this top 9. I can only imagine what it's going to be like once all these drivers have set laps.
Now coming out, Intersport 37. Dale the Whale is disconnected again. So Dale had pole position before the Fast 9, so this is not good for him. He had a slightly faster time than Pecan, so he needs to get on. Hopefully he can get his internet connection sorted, because this is not good indeed for him. Is he going to be able to join back in and set a lap, or?
Yes, he will. He has up until 3 minutes left in qualifying, and he is the last driver to go. So that is good on his end. But as I was saying, when during these bump day sessions, a lot of people are going at once, and the times are all over the place. There's a lot of rubber on the track, so you can get a little faster, but it's not a true show of your potential. Whereas this Fast 9 is really to close up those laps in the top 9 and see who really can get it on pole.
So this is the out lap. Sorry, the warm up lap.
Yep,
sorry.
This is a warm up lap.
And he's coming around the final turn. Here we go. First timed lap. Let's see what Intersport can do on his first lap. Of course, I don't presume it will be fastest. The car has to warm up a little bit and get up to speed still. coming around the final turn. 229 miles per hour. Still very good through the final turn there.
Yeah, and definitely a big improvement. 0.4.
Whoa. Huge improvement. Now on his second lap. And who can imagine what time he's going to be able to set now as the speeds are getting even higher. 245 miles per hour on that back straight.
Another 0.14 up on his time.
Faster through the final turn. Let's see what the time will be. Faster. Not on pole yet. A 10th and 400ths. Back straight. Here we go. Let's see what the straight line speed's going to be here. Just hits 46 before coming into turn number 3. And this is going to get close, ladies and gentlemen, on the final lap here. As coming across the line, way better exit speed coming out of the final turn. Let's see what the time's going to be. Whoa, it's getting close here, ladies and gentlemen. 0.04 of a second separating them. Let's see what this is going to be. The last time here for him, coming around a turn here. What's the time going to be? Can he go faster? He can, but it's not enough for pole. It's off by 0.19 of a second. And actually, no, he took the pole position. He took it on pole. Sorry, my bad. It's 0.19 of a second faster than Sinister's time. So Intersport puts it on pole at the moment. Well, there you go.
It's amazing the field we have here. Intersport being a former Sector 3 WEC LMP1 champion. Sinister Owl being our winner in the 2020 UDL F1 Monaco Grand Prix. STX Cone Daughter, a very big name in Sector 3 and UDL WEC. Damage, a UDL WEC LMP1 driver. Pecan, a former Indy 500 winner. Definitely an incredible group here. Oh, and how could I forget Snipper, the UDL 2019 F1 World Champion.
And the winner of the Freedom 100 tonight.
Yes.
So we have Drive the Guard, who is on his warm-up lap. Let's see what he can do. Didn't have a great Freedom 100. Hopefully the momentum, however, shifts his way. Here we go, first time lap for Drive the Guard. Through turn number 2, the speeds were not super impressive through turn number 2. Getting onto the straight here. He's going to get to 240. Let's see where he reaches. Just hits 245, but it was a little bit of a dodgy 245 there, as he's still up, though, by almost 0.5 of a second, actually, on this lap. The exit, pretty good. 229 miles per hour as he comes across the line. Let's see how much closer he is. And wow, almost 0.6 of a second improvement. And he's on a charge right now as we begin the second timed lap, and the speeds only get higher out of the exits. And he's faster by almost a tenth, almost.
I will be right back.
He comes around turn number 3. Now the final turn. Let's see what the second timed lap is going to bring. Faster again in the final turn. And let's see what it is. And whoa, this is getting close, ladies and gentlemen. That is 0.08 of a second separating him between Sinister and Intersport.
Extremely close.
0.02 of a second only faster, though. It's really going to matter here how much straight line speed he can get into this final turn here. Is he going to get No, he's not going to get 247 yet. What can he get out of the exit, though? This is crucial. Oh, he went really low on the exit speed there. He had about 229 actually coming out of the exits. That was not a great exit for him, but he's going to come across the line. He will improve by 0.02 of a second, but it was not the improvement I think he'd like as he begins his final timed lap. Oh, really? And he's had his crash. It's a really weird crash. He lost the car. I saw him slow up into the turn. That's it, though, for him. That's it for Driven. And he does not get his 4th lap, and he is going to be 3rd on the grid at the moment.
So our next will be Snipper Pig, our Freedom 100 winner, looking to improve on his time.
Driven had a very weird crash at the end there.
Yeah. Sometimes I've noticed in these cars, if you put too much input and you do spin the car, sometimes air can go under it and it'll just make the crash so much worse. I think he just put a little too much input into it and got it sideways, and then it was all over from there.
Snipper Pig looking to begin. He's on his warm-up lap right now, I do believe. Comes across the line.
I think that was actually his
that was the out lap, so he is on his warm-up lap now, but Snipper Pig, the 4th driver now, to begin his final run for pole position. Can the momentum of that Indy Lights style race, the Freedom 100, is that going to give him some momentum, or is this really just a beast of its own being in the Fast 9?
I think it can give him the confidence he needs, but it really is a beast all its own.
Here he comes. Starts the first lap. Now, look at that. Look how close he is to Driven, even on the warm-up lap. That is very, very close, and he can only improve from here as he comes out of the exit there at 228 miles per hour. And let's see what he can get on the back straight here, straight line speed-wise. Coming up towards 245, 46 already. Coming into turn number 3, and he is on a huge charge right now, already 3 tenths faster. 229 out of the exit. Here he goes out of the final turn. Let's see what the time is going to be for his first time lap. And it is not a huge improvement. Well, it is a huge improvement, but it's not the improvement I actually expected out of him. But he is going to come around for 3 more laps. The times will only get faster. Let's see if we can get straight line speed down here. Can he hit 247? Let's see, ladies and gentlemen, coming down into turn number 3. No, still 246. Better exit out of there, heading about 233. Out of the final turn. Can he keep it in the 230s? No, he drops in the 229s again. So final exit, he has to get a little bit more speed out of there. Let's see what the time's going to be, though. It's going to be a 10th or so off of pole. And it's going to be 0.06 of a second off of 3rd from Driven. Third timed lap.
He kept it above 230 coming out of turn 2. See if we can get it out of turn 4. If he can, he definitely improve.
That's 247 right there. Hitting 247 in the turn 3. Great exit out of that turn number 3. Can he keep it in the 230s? Yes, he can. Good on him. Final turn, and then the straight. And he is so close, and he has gone ahead of Driven into third, and it is, wow, 1/1000th of a second off of Sinister, and he is up by 0.02 of a second.
This could be a pole time if he can keep it going.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Snipper Pig on a run right now. Can he take Intersports time at the moment? Coming around the final turn. 231 out of the exit. Here he comes. Will this be a pole time for him? Yes, it is. By almost 0.04 of a second. A big, major time by Snipper. And the Freedom Lights 100 giving him the confidence. The speed was there. And that's pole position at the moment.
Our next driver will be STX Cone Dodger.
What a fantastic run.
That'll definitely make Snipper Pig very happy.
He's having himself a nice night. We've seen 37 times, however, so let's not kid ourselves here. These are not. I don't think this is definitely going to be the pole time yet. I mean, who knows what will happen? But we saw 37s in the previous qualifying.
We did see 1:37.8. I'm pretty sure.
And now Cone Dodger is going to come out of the pit lane, and he will begin his outlap. Exciting qualifying so far. Super close from everybody. And look at the times to pole position. It is under 1/10 of a second from all of the drivers behind.
I expect it to even just get even closer.
Cone Dodger. On his warm-up lap. Let's see what the warm-up lap is going to be from him. A little bit slower than most drivers coming out of the warm-up lap, I would say, as his exit speed on the straight's going to be 227 miles per hour. So he got a little lower on the end speed there, but let's see what the time is going to be before it. So here we go with the timed laps. Coming in the turn 2, drops under 230. Let's see what the straight line speed is going to be coming into the turn. Just reaches 246, so not too bad. Coming in through turn number 3. A little lower out of the exit than I think you would have liked. Will he keep it in the 230s? No, he's going to hit 228 actually, so that's one of the lower end speeds there out of the exit that we've seen coming across the line. And it is a pretty big improvement, but he's a little bit further off pace I think he'd like to be. Let's hope the final 3 runs can give better results, as he's going to come out of the exit again under 230 out of the exit there. Let's see what he can set here. He's getting close. Can he hit 247? No, 246. Into the final turn. Can he keep it into the 230s here on the exit of the final turn? Yes, he can. 230 right there. And coming across the line, let's see what the time is going to be from Cone Dodger. And it is a 1/10 and 400ths off of pole position. Definitely getting close to Driven's time. Again, Driven did not get a final lap. And he is definitely on a charge right now. Up by 0.05 of a second. And here he comes.
There's 247.
Keeping it high, coming into the final turn. Keeps it in 230. Coming across the line. Let's see what the time is going to be. And he gets ahead of Driven. Driven drops down the 5th. Cone Dodger in 4th, one final lap. Keeps it in the 230s. Out of the exit there.
Up by .001.
247. A solid 247 there. Let's see what the time's going to be. Out of the exit here. 230 still. Coming across the line. What will the time be? And it is going to be second place. A fantastic final lap by Cone Dodger. He puts it second place on the grid. Wow.
Top 5 within 1/10 of a second.
A humongous time by him.
All right. Our next will be Mr. Damage.
What a fantastic time right there. The end Cone Dodgers run. And here comes Mr. Damage. 5 so far gone. 4 more to go. Mr. Damage, one of them. Then we also have SSJ, Pecan, and Dale.
Curious to see Damage's qualifying run. He did pretty well today, but you know, I have to wonder how well he's gonna do because he is my teammate in WEC as well as co-commentator. So.
Warm-up lap begins. What can Mr. Damage do? Can he keep it in the streak right now with these under 1/10 of a second, sorry. And let's see what he can do. It's going to be tight here, folks. I'm hoping Mr. Damage can keep it in there because it's absolutely amazing. The Fast 9 that have been in this qualifying, they are so close to one another. As he comes out of the final turn, and he's going to be, 127 out of the exit there. And actually, I think he brushed the wall a little bit. There was some dust coming off the track, and that's 0.07 of a second as now he will begin his laps.
He didn't hit the wall. He was very close to it.
Sorry, 0.7 of a second. And here we go, coming into now his first time lap. What can he do? Not looking like a huge improvement here as he's going to come around the final turn. And he's going to put in 129 out of the exit here, coming across the line. The first time on the board is going to be an improvement of under 0.4 of a second. So it's not a super fantastic first lap for him. Oh, into the wall. And that was a major bit of damage. I think there's suspension damage on that car. It's shaking a little bit.
We'll see. A little loose out of turn 2 there. So.
We'll see how he can keep it, but we'll. I don't think that car is doing well. I think he might be done here.
I think he's wheeling it back into the pits.
And Mr. Damage done in qualifying, and he is all the way back in 6th, and surely he is going to be further down the grid than that, unless other drivers make mistakes, but not a great run for Mr. Damage at all. He brushed the wall, looked like out of the final turn to begin his first time lap, and then he slammed it into the wall. Thankfully, he didn't have any huge wing damage, but he definitely had suspension damage, and his qualifying run is over. A shame for him.
Yeah, not the run he wanted to do.
Cone Dodgers disconnected. That's interesting. I'm sure he'll join back in. Do your times stay valid if you join back in?
I don't. They aren't valid, but we are not going off of official time. They are written down, so he keeps.
Okay, just making sure on that one. Getting the worst camera angle for SSJ.
Yes. He is.
There he is.
Oh, Mr. Damage is going for another run.
Oh, what? I was quite certain you can't go for another run.
I don't know either.
I'm a little perplexed here.
Unless that was an official call.
I would like confirmation on that. Let's see if check Discord.
I will. I am looking into this development as we speak.
So he's going to come across the line, and he will begin timed laps again. And he is into the wall even more so than last time, and the car gets inverted. And if he was allowed to go out for a second time, I don't think they're going to allow a third.
Nope, that is SSJ now.
Do we have any confirmation if that was a valid run, or was that not a valid run?
From what I know, that was not a valid run.
Okay, so we apologize for that inconvenience, ladies and gentlemen. But SSJ will now. SSJ was coming out of the pit lane, so I wasn't too sure why he was out on track again. But nevertheless, he has a big crash into the wall again, and he is definitely out of qualifying this time.
I think there was a little bit of miscommunication there. To his credit, there was supposed to be a live director, but the director could not find their phone. So
it's a real tragic incident, ladies and gentlemen. We pray for the race director who can find his phone. I don't know who it is. So SSJ now, he will begin his timed runs. Mr. Damage did go out again, but that was, from our understanding, not a valid run. He went into the wall anyway, so he is definitely out. So there are just no harm done. 3 more runners to go. This is the warm-up lap now for SSJ.
Now, SSJ was the first person in the 37s during bump day, so I'm expecting a lot from these last 3 drivers.
He comes around the final turn. He's going to begin his lap. Exit speed is about 227, so not the best to begin his first lap, but here we go. 3/10 off of Damage. I'm sure he's going to pass him. Actually, only an improvement by about 1/10 of a second there through turn number 2. Hits 246, though, coming into the turn.
I heard him talking before qualifying, saying that he might be going with a safer strategy, but he's not sure.
Comes across the line, and he improves and does go ahead of Mr. Damage, but not by a lot. Much better out of the exit there of turn 2. Coming down the line, let's see what the straight line speed here is going to be for him. Can he hit 247? No, but a solid 246. Into the final turn. Keeps it in the 230s. Out of the exit, let's see what the time is going to be. Can he get ahead of Driven? Not yet. Still only 5th fastest. 3rd lap time coming up. Very fast out of 230. Coming down the line, let's see. Can he hit 247 coming in the turn number 3? Definitively in the 247. Solid 247 coming out of the exit. He hits 233. Let's see what the time is going to be. Comes around the final turn. But he drops it a little bit sometime in the 29s there, so not a great exit. Coming across the line. Not ahead
tied for second.
Oh, yep. Sorry, I was looking there. It's tied for second. Whoa, that's interesting. This is the final lap, and he is improving on the final lap. 200ths of a second improvement.
Hundredths again.
This looks like a monster exit out of the final. Yes, it is. That was great speed he was carrying through there. Can he get pole position here across the line? Yes, he can.
He does.
And it's by 400ths of a second. And he's almost into the 37s.
Very close. Our next will be Pecan.
Pecan and Dale were separated by a 10th of a second in the last qualifying session.
These last two are going to be very close.
Pecan 36, he wants this. He craves pole position here, and it is his goal to win this Indy 500. And talking to him throughout the week, he is extremely excited for the race. But let's be honest here, this is going to be his baby, and if it is his race to lose in terms of Pecan's eyes, it's his race to lose.
He is defending Indy 500 winner from last year. Not to mention, this is his home track.
And he is on his outlap. Here we go. Pecan 36 coming up on the warm-up lap. Can we expect a 37 from him?
I would be surprised if he did not get a 37.
25.4 on that outlap. So already blistering. Could we possibly see 248, even 249 maybe?
I don't know if we'll see much more than 247, but...
Here he comes around the final turn. I don't think he's going to be hitting very well exit speeds on this first exit. And actually down to 226. So first lap might not be great in terms of getting up to the line, but let's see how he goes. And it is 9/10 off of pole on the warm-up lap. Here we go for the first official timed lap, ladies and gentlemen. Only down on his previous time by 2/10. He's coming down the line. He only gets 244.
What I've noticed about Pecan is his setups tend to rely on that last lap. Once you get the full heat in the tires, he tends to like to hold it off. So I wouldn't be surprised if the last lap is blisteringly fast.
4/10 of a second off of pole. almost about 2/100ths off of Mr. Damage. Not super quick on that first split. Hitting 246 coming in the turn 3. So he's definitely improving by quite a lot here. Should get ahead of Mr. Damage on this lap. Coming across the line. Takes Mr. Damage. Third lap. Only 6th fastest at the moment, though.
.237 on the short shoot.
Can he hit 247? No, 246. Final lap is coming up. Pecan is only faster by about 0.05 of a second here, so this is not by any means what we're used to seeing. Final lap comes up. Can he put it on pole here? 246 into turn 1. Did not improve. He did not improve on that first sector.
Didn't improve, but he didn't lose. He was identical.
246 through there. Not hitting 247 at all this entire session. Oh, this has not been great as he's going to come across the line and into the 229s out of the exit. Pecan is not going to get it on pole here, ladies and gentlemen. He will put it third on the grid, but I have to be honest with you, I don't think he was even expecting third. I think he wanted to be in the top 2.
Definitely not where he wanted, but still a very respectable time. Dale, the only person in the 37.8s.
Can he replicate the same thing again? Let's wait and see. So at the moment, it's SSJ on pole. Snipper in second. Pecan in third. Intersport in fourth. Sinister in fifth. Driven in sixth. Mr. Damage is last at the moment, besides Dale, who has not yet set a time, and I do suspect he will get ahead of Damage at least. All under half a second to pole. And he will begin his warm-up lap. So was it Dale for pole then?
Dale was on pole.
But seeing how we saw it with
Pecan,
Pecan, I'm not sure.
Yeah, Dale seemed pretty confident that he could replicate that 37.8. We'll see if it happens.
He's going to come into the final turn. 228.
Holding pretty decent pace for a warm-up lap.
He's going to come across the line. And it's about 0.8 off of pole. Here we go. First time lap. Saw a 229 and they're out of the exit. On to the back straight. .245. Coming around final. Keeps it in the 230s. Solid. Here he comes across the line. Puts it 7th. Mr. Damage will start last in this Indy 500.
At least in the top 9.
231 out of the exit there. But only 46.
Blink.
I got a 46. I didn't get a 47.
I saw a blink of a 47. 231 out of the final corner.
Here he goes across the line. Is this going to be pole right here? second on the grid.
Unbelievably fast.
200ths off of pole from SSJ. And look at this. It's about a thousandth of a second off of pole at the moment. Dale on the run right now. Can he put it on pole? If he just improves by a thousandth more, then he'll be at a 38 flat. But it's going to be even more than that. Comes around the final turn. And right here, ladies and gentlemen,
32 out of the final corner.
Comes across the line. What's the time going to be here? It's a 37.9, and Dale the Whale is your pole position man for the 2020 UDL Indianapolis 500. And still setting times, and that's even faster. 2:32 out of the exit. Coming down the back straight. He is just putting on a show here, ladies and gentlemen. Solid 2:47.
40. That was... Wow.
2:32 out of the exit, comes across the line. Will the time be even quicker? Of course it is. 37.880.
Hold on a second.
So he did it again. He put the same time on the board, relatively, that he did before, and that is what's wrong.
I'm trying to see something real quick. His last lap was a 37.885.
Oh, it says 880.
No, his original pole lap was a 37.885.
So he beat the pole lap. He improved on the pole lap. That is your pole man right there. Dale the Whale, 88 on pole position for the 2020 UDL Indianapolis 500.
Incredible. I mean, he felt confident coming into this, but I didn't think he could replicate it. Never mind, beat it by 0.005 of a second.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was a exhilarating qualifying session. Definitively on pole position. SSJ in second. Snipper in third. Pecan will start fourth on the grid, not where he wanted to be. Intersport in fifth. Sinister in sixth. Seventh for Driven. Eighth for Mr. Damage.
Great qualifying session.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think that wraps it up for us here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us. This is going to be the final stream of tonight. And thank you for joining us for the Freedom 100 and the Fast 9 here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the UDL Indianapolis 500.
Be sure to tune in tomorrow night for the UDL F1 League. I'm pretty sure we are at Russia tomorrow night.
A track that we think
race.
We got rid of off the 2020 F1 calendar for WSR. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. My name has been IGKX, and I was joined by Jonathan in the commentary booth. Thank you so much for joining us, ladies and gentlemen, and have yourselves a wonderful night.
Bye, everyone.